Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Alex, and today I'm going to show you how to find the distance between two objects in Unity or Unreal Engine 4. So let's start by using Unity. So I created a 3D empty project. So you see just the main camera and directional light. And I'm going to start off by adding two cubes. I'm going to call it cube 1 and cube 2. And I'm going to reset the transform on both of them. Then I'm gonna take the cube 2 and change the x to 20. And here we go, we see the difference, that the x is different. Okay, now we're going to find how to calculate the distance between these objects. So if we do it in our head, we can find that it's 20, because if the one object is on the y, on the x, is 0 and the other one is 20. But what if, say, this is something like negative 2.73, and this is something else that is decimal. We probably wouldn't be able to calculate that in our head, or it would take a lot of time. Or like, if the player was walking, then we want to calculate the difference between him and his enemy, or something like that. So to do this, let's reset the transform again. Make this 20 again. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new empty game object. I'm gonna call it script. You can call it any way you like, but I'm just gonna call it script. Then I'm gonna create a new script. It's gonna be called script. And then I'm just gonna wait for it to compile a bit. And then I'll be able to double click it and open it in Visual Studio. Okay, let's double click on it. Here we go. I'm just gonna reload. Okay, let me see. So I'm gonna reference the two cubes. So public game object cube 1. Copy this line and make it cube 2. Then on the start, I'm going to print the distance. So we're gonna have to do the absolute value. So math.abs, not abs. We're going to take the absolute value of the float. So now in the absolute value placeholder or parentheses, we're going to add cube 1 dot transform dot position dot x, which is the axis we want to get. Maybe let's set a string public. No, this would be just easier like this. So public cube 1 dot transform dot position dot x negative, not negative, minus cube 2 dot transform dot position dot x. And here we go. This is gonna find the distance between the two objects. So we can even change the cube, we can change what objects they are. It just doesn't matter the object itself, just the transform position. So let's head on to Unity again. And so as we know, or you may remember before, the cube 1 has the x as 0 and the cube 2 has the x as 20. So we should get the distance 20. So let's run the game and see. Oh, and I also forgot to drag the cubes into the script. Okay, so let's go to script and drag cube 1 and cube 2, like that. And let's hit play. And we should get 20 here. 20, you see? This is right now it's not really helpful, but let's just say this is something like 1.73, and then this is something like 27.59. Now if we run the game, we should get the exact distance between those two objects on the x-axis. See, so the distance is 25.86. Really helpful. And also, if you want to just change the axis it calculates the distance from, you can just change the from x, or to like to z, or to the y-axis. So like if you want to calculate the z-axis, So if we hit play right now, it will just calculate 0 because on both of the cubes, the y-axis is 0. But let's just move the cube on the y-axis. Let's move it upwards. And let's make it 9.08. So let's play, and we should get 9.08 over here. Wait, oh, okay. So 9.08. Let's change to this 0. Okay, now let's wait a bit. And we now get 0. Wait, z-axis. Oh, actually, it has to be y-axis, not z-axis. That's just a misspelled error. Now it should work perfectly. It doesn't matter actually which cube. It just calculates the difference. Because like a minus b is actually the same. It's not the same, but it's almost exact same formula. So yeah. Okay, so now we should get that 9.08. So if you want to change it, you see it doesn't really matter. So if we change this to 0 again, change this one to that, we should still get the 9.08 over here. Okay, so this works. So that's how to find any axis distance in Unity. Now let's jump into Unreal Engine and see how it works here. So I'm gonna start by adding 2 cubes again. So 1 cube here and 1 cube here. Okay, let's just call it Q2. So I'm gonna go open up the level blueprint, and okay, it's open here. We're gonna maximize it. I'm going to right click and create reference for a cube, and minimize it, and then create reference for the cube 2. So I'm gonna right click here as well, create reference. Now to find the distance between those 2 objects, all I have to do is drag this node here, and then I can get actor location. And then all I have to do here is get actor location. So this is basically almost the same as Unity, just like breaking down into nodes or blueprints instead of C# code. So all I have to do now is you can break this vector like this. Then you can break this vector as well into multiple floats, and then you can minus or subtract these axes. So you can take this and you can subtract vector, or you can just do float minus float. And you can take this x like this. And now all I have to do is take this, print the value. Okay, let's try it. It's the wrong. Printed as the string. So you're gonna have to convert it to string too. Okay, let's compile and save the script or the blueprint. And let's click play. You see? Oh, yeah, it's too loud. Okay, so let's try playing. We currently don't see any value printed because we don't never run the event to print the string. So to fix that, all I have to do is you're going to have to add a event on begin play, or like begin play, and then here when the game is started, we want to print the string like this. Now compile and save, and it should work perfectly. So let's remember, so this, let's reset distance form. Like this. So remember, we're doing the x-axis right now, not the z-axis, so the x-axis. We take this and let's move it, let's reset it too. And let's move it over here, and let's change the distance here. Let's make it like negative 200. So we should get 200 as the distance between. So let's do it, and let's hit play, and we have Wait. Let's check the blueprint really quick. Okay, so the x-axis, which we get, and the x-axis. Oh, this is the y-axis. So yeah, it shouldn't actually work. So this is how it should work. Make this 0, and make this 0 as well. Make this on this y-axis 0, 0, like that. Okay, like this. Okay, great. So now it should work perfectly. See, you have 200 printed there. And if we change this to something like this, something like 380, 380 printed out there as well. We can also change the axis of the distance. So we can just change this node here to maybe something like. Okay, so we can just let's break the nodes links, and let's do a. What if we do let's try the y-axis. It should work the same way. Now we could be able to take this thing, change the y to 10. We should get 10, not 10. Okay, so y, and yeah, this is the y. $200. We're gonna change this to okay, so let's change this to 0, and let's try with this one. Weird. So the x-axis works, this one doesn't. Okay, let's try fixing it. But I know maybe we could oh, because we don't. Yeah, full forgot when you break links. I forgot to place the node there. Okay, so let's save, and now it should work. You see that this one has the y-axis 100, and this one has a 0. You get 100 here, negative 100. Okay, great. Now we can just make that absolute. Make that absolute. So we can just do it. Absolute. Like that, and then just drag the float, and then the value. Great. Hello. What? Okay, no. Turn that in string. Okay, you should now, it works amazing. 100 with the exact distance between the two objects. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing or maybe supporting me on my Patreon. And as usual, join my Discord server so you can ask questions for feedback on your games or any type of project that is related to game development. Okay, see you in the next one. Goodbye.